We're actually trying to crowdsource
Heat 2B of the 2014 HAPO Columbia
Cup. What we're doing is we're allowing people to sign their name or in memory of whatever they want to do on the hull. And there's 3 levels of sponsorship. There's a $25 sponsorship where they can sign the side of the hull.
The 37 Beacon Plumbing, Dave Villwock.
Sign pretty much almost anywhere they want, and they'll get a T-shirt and a button. And there's a $3,500 sponsorship level where they'll get one of our
the inside, the 17-hour gang racing Jeff Bernard, and on the outside, the 7 Graham Trucking 2 Cal Phipps.
Wow, you can get your own Gold Cup ring. Just head down and check out the U17 crew, and a very unique way of funding it, and that proceeds.
The 9 Team Red Dot Les Schwab, John Zimmerman.
Done, all the extra money will go to Ronald McDonald House in Seattle.
Well, good luck with that, and good luck with the racing.
Thank you.
All right, a very unique way of funding things and supporting charity with the U17 crew, but it looks like you've got all boats out there in the field for Heat 2B, guys.
The 22 Ranch and Home presents Payne West Insurance. Mike Webster.
We can find out whatever happened to the 12 boat to Mr. Julio did not come out for 2A that they were assigned to. We only had 5 boats out there.
Well, Jeff is down there.
And the 18 Kelly Stockman, Bucket List Racing.
We got 6 of them out here right now.
Yes.
3 minutes and 10 seconds. Got a couple of them right in front of you there, Tony.
Yeah, we've got the 9 and we've got the 17. Looks like John Zimmerman wants to try to corral that first lane, but there's going to be a lot of jockeying going on in the next 3 minutes, so I don't expect that to be solid at this point.
Now, guess who just cut the race course?
Yeah, there goes the Beacon.
Very Villwock-esque, wasn't it? I tell you what, that's going to be interesting to watch him and John Zimmerman here with the 161 lap that Dave Villwock laid down this morning. I think he got everybody's attention up and down pit row.
All right, hearing that the 12 Mr. Julio didn't make it because they blew some turbine wheels. So they've got some work to do.
That doesn't sound good.
And Dave Villwock cutting the upper end of the course in the 37 costless carpet presents this Beacon Plumbing. And Zimmerman's coming down the front stretch in the 9 Les Schwab Tires Team Red Dot. And Zimmerman's going to knife, looks like on the inside of Villwock in lane number 1, Villwock in lane number 2 as they head down the front stretch, but way early. Zimmerman's going to turn.
So is Dave.
Yeah, that was close. You gotta watch that. You gotta watch that water coming off the back of your boat. That almost got Dave wet.
Yeah, Dave, I'm sure, watched him go and said, all right, I'll go with you. This is good. Yeah, this is what this new start procedure is for you guys. You're getting some real racing here before the race.
Kelly Stockman, meanwhile, coming out of turn number 4 at our 4-corner super speedway down the front stretch. As Zimmerman cuts back to the front side, along with Villwock.
Now we're going to get serious, guys. A minute 40.
Yeah, and who's in lane number 1 down there right now?
It's Jeff Bernard. But again, you don't have to go all the way around the race course. But you don't want to cut it too early and have the problem J. Michael Kelly just had.
Well, Bernard just put his foot in it.
Yeah. He's going to go back around, maybe go up to the top end and cut back.
Watch Dave. What are you going to do, David?
David Villwock down the front stretch in the 37. Costless Carpet presents Miss Beacon Plumbing. He will cut across to the back stretch.
But different this time. He's going to come across and pull in behind everybody. Whoa, watch it with Zimmerman there, Tony.
It's right in front of Zimmerman, and Zimmerman just took a wash.
He went over the wake and came inside Dave. But lane number 1, it looks like right now it's going to be Jeff Bernard and the 17R Gang Racing heading up the back stretch. Stockland's out on the outside. What's Dave Villwock going to do? And then you have Cal Phipps in there in the Graham Trucking 2.
Well, this is what I was wondering about. If Villwock was going to go to the outside, he's great on the outside on this course. So I'm just watching how he's going to do this as he gets up there around you.
Just inside 40 seconds to the start of Connell Oil Heat 2B.
Check lane 3 and 4. Who's in 3 and 4?
Well, let's see. We're seeing lane 3. It looks like Zimmerman's kind of like a trailer boat. He's in no man's land back there. Cal Phipps looks like he's in lane number 2. We'll catch him as they come around off the exit pit at turn number 4 with the countdown on for Heat 2B. It's going to be Cal Phipps in lane number 2, Dave Villwock in lane number 3. Lane number 4 is John Zimmerman. Then you got Stockman in line. And across the start-finish line, it's going to be on the inside, Jeff Bernard of the 17R Gang Racing, but here comes Dave Villwock on the outside.
Villwock's going to get down here first, driving to 37. He's got Zimmerman on his hip on the right side, and he's got Bernard on the inside. Get it!
He's got Bernard right on the inside, and in fact, Bernard is going to be the first one to the exit pin. But here comes the 37, Dave Villwock, and in between is the 7 Graham Trucking, and he's in the tunnel.
Coming up the back stretch, Dave Villwock in the 37 Costless Carpets presents Miss Beacon Plumbing heading in first place, now opening up a roostertail lead over the 17 Our Gang Racing, hitting the top end of the course. Villwock looking smooth in the water.
Good start.
And officials say good start for all boats, so a clean race out there. Villwock into turn number 4 in our four-quarter super speedway. Bernard on the inside of the 17 Our Gang Racing at the exit pit, but it's going to be Dave Villwock leading as they come down the front stretch. Villwock right along there as he comes across the start finish line in a lap speed of 149.967 miles per hour. Bernard being ready to be caught by Zimmerman for second place down the front stretch.
Zimmerman's coming out of there into the boat. He was inside Dave Villwock going up the backstretch before the start. When they came down, David found a way to get inside Zimmerman. And that's the Zimmerman. Bernard goes through the rooster tail. And he blows! He popped it over. We've had a crash. The 17 Our Gang Racing got up in the air. He got caught in the rooster tail of John Zimmerman in the 9. The boat hung in the air in the rooster tail, and when he finally got through it, it kind of tipped. The front end of the boat went down in the water. It is right side up. The canopy has been popped. Somebody up here with a set of binoculars, tell me when you see Jeff Bernard pop out.
Canopy is open, but we have not seen Jeff Bernard climb out on the
I've got
deck.
a clear view from down here on the dock. Canopy is open. What it looked like is he caught a roller that left sponson, went up in the air, and he came down right sponson first, and that tore the boat apart. It looks like one of the sponsons, or at least a major portion of the hull, was torn off of it, and it is now drifting downstream. And now I can see the bright orange of Jeff Bernard's helmet. He hasn't climbed out of the cockpit just yet, but the rescue sleds are arriving. They are now at the boat.
It looks like that back wing is messed up from here.
Yeah, that back wing is
What back
bent.
wing?
Yeah, one back wing.
And the right fairing is bent outwards pretty good. Jeff Bernard has yet to climb out of the cockpit, but the cockpit hatch has been popped. Now he has to do that, so that is a good sign. But there are parts and pieces of the boat that are drifting downstream.
Now we're waiting for the H1 rescue sled to get there and get aboard the boat. You notice the rescue sleds are staying back. Here comes the H1 rescue team. They will get on the boat and they will begin to work to extricate.
And Jeff Bernard is climbing out under his own power.
We got him right there.
Whew, there we go.
And guys, we're hearing from the crew, it sounds like he is doing fine. But of course, medical procedure, they will bring him immediately to the medical tent and check him out just as a precaution. But again, it looked like, I didn't catch the boat he was trailing, but it looked like he was on the outside, caught a roller under the left sponson, went up and then dove right sponson first and sort of nose into the water, and that kind of tore the boat apart. And now the various other boats, the patrol boats, are trying to grab the remnants of the hull that are drifting now at a pretty good clip down off the race course towards the Blue Bridge.
And that race for second place was a good one with Jeff Bernard in Our Gang Racing, the 17, and John Zimmerman in the 9. Les Schwab Tires presents Team Red Dot. And actually Zimmerman had passed on the front stretch, and then the incident occurred in the corner. And at that point, Brad, was John Zimmerman still leading? I think he was, because he went through the wake as he lost control. Bernard did.
Yeah, he was definitely, John Zimmerman, was leading Jeff Bernard, not by very much. And as they came down here, Dave got into the corner and was headed toward the apex, and then back behind him were the other two guys, Zimmerman and Bernard, and it was a good race, and there was a fair amount of room between them. But if they set up down here for the corner, you could see Bernard starting to slide out a little bit, and he slid, and he was getting closer and closer to Zimmerman's rooster tail, and we were kind of looking to see if he was going to punch through. And he got to the rooster tail, and of course when you hit that rooster tail, it picks up the first thing that runs into it, and that was the right side sponson. And he rode the boat up in the air, as our Jeff Pozula very accurately corrected there, or commented upon. And then he broke through the rooster tail, and when the boat re-entered the water, it did so right front corner first. That right front sponson was the first thing to come back in the water. It just knifed right into the water. And I got well, although I'm looking at the right side of the boat, that doesn't appear to be the big chunk that's gone.
Well, we're hearing that Jeff Bernard's doing fine, and he's on the H1 rescue sled, and they are taking him back to the dock.
And they will take him down to that other area down there, down to the boat launch. and they will definitely check him out for all the proper precautionary reasons. But a scary moment here.
And it's great to see that Jeff is going to be okay in there. And again, if you go through the family history with Jeff, there's been some incidents that have occurred, and of course you want to see everything go okay for Jeff. And I'm talking about Terry Troxel, and it's just important that Jeff gets out, gets back onto the beach, and he's okay.
Jeff's a racer, and he knows what the risks are when you get out there. And you know, the good thing is, here I am always trying to find be the optimistic side of things, but he rode up the roostertail and he was up in the air for a very long time. And I always make the comment, that's really, really a good thing, because the whole time he's in that roostertail and hanging in the air, he's slowing down. And that's going to slow down the entry back into the water. Unfortunately, it hit the brakes pretty quick when he nosed in, because it stopped on a dime and then bounced back up out of the water. But
hey, getting clearance now from the H1 officials as some of the other boats are starting to fire up and head back to the Neil F. Lamson pit. So the course